now, Francis.
Ready?
Lieutenant Governor, when I began my quest, virtually nobody who would later attend the Democratic State Convention either knew who I was or what issues I represented. Yet at that convention, I was honored to fight for and ultimately be rewarded with our party's endorsement for Lieutenant Governor. While I didn't win the primary in September, that May convention remains one of the great moments of my life. Those of you who participated in that event, as well as those who heard me speak during that campaign, know of the issues I articulated and the programs I advocated.
No.
It is my hope that again this year you will allow me the opportunity to offer you my ideas.
Well, we saw you last week. You were going to take.
Turn that period through our.
You were going to go through all your tapes. And
politicians.
Next Monday?
Yeah, maybe you wonder who I'm at.
I'm sorry, I ran into...
I'm the wrong hero. I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time in the wrong country. It's the wrong decade for me because I'm the wrong hero. The wrong hero. You know, you got Superman, he's off flying around somewhere, and you got the Flash, and he's playing with himself and saying thank you before he even comes. And you got Batman diddling around in that mansion with Catwoman. And you got Spider-Man, and he's hugging his wife with 8 arms. And you got me, the wrong hero, because I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now, you got all these heroes, right? They're the corporate elite of the heroes. I'm middle management. And I couldn't afford a real good costume, so I got this thing here. Found it in a trash dump, but, you know, it'll do.
Very cute.
I'm glad you like it there. Because if you don't, I'll beat the shit out of you. Because I'm the wrong hero. I don't do heroic stuff. And you know who some of my enemies are? Sensitive male. I'd like to get that guy. And I'd like to, force him to listen to his own Pablo-puking liberal crap over and over until he went totally insane, because I'm the wrong hero, and I don't care about any of you. I'll tell you who some of my friends are. PR man. I like him because he always gives me a lot of good press, even though I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time. He makes me look good, and I like him a lot. And I also like Super Granny. You know why? Because I go over to her house, she can make 3 cups of tea out of 1 tea bag. That's why they call her Super Granny. And you know who I also like? I like Cowboy. Now, you might say his power doesn't amount to much. I mean, all he can do is give milk and moo. But heck, you know, you gotta take your friends where you can find them. I also like Ad Man, because he's always putting me in the newspaper, or at least he's putting me in the newspaper as an example of the kind of person you don't want to imitate, but that's okay because any publicity is good publicity, especially if you're the wrong hero and you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. I also like Copy Boy. I don't know why. He's okay. Let me tell you about a couple more of my enemies. I don't like Shyster Lawyer. He's always trying to threaten to hit me up with lawsuits. I don't like that one little bit. Of course, since nobody knows who I am, they can't very well bring me to trial now if I break somebody's arm for jaywalking now, can they? Because I'm the wrong hero. I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time. If this mask slips, I'm gonna have to kill you all because nobody can see my true face and live because I'm the wrong hero. You know also I don't like Quack Doctor. Yeah, Quack Doctor. He's always mending up all the criminals that I'm breaking the arms of. What in the hell? What's the sense of that? It's like going to war and shooting somebody and then getting the Red Cross to come in and patch them up again so they can go out and shoot at you some more. That don't make no sense. I also don't like the expert. You know why? Because the expert gets paid for looking down on you. He gets paid for looking down on you. What kind of job is that? Looking down on people. No, I don't like the expert. You know who also I don't like? I don't like the pointy-headed professor. He's one of my worst enemies. You know why? Because he's always telling these college students to do all these things like help people and stuff. That's my job. They're trying to put me out of work. Because I'm the wrong hero. And I don't like the intellectual either. He says I'm nothing more than a glorified thug. Yeah, glorified thug. I'll give him glorified thug. I'll hit him so hard when he hits the ground, he'll go thug. Because I'm the wrong hero. And that secular humanist fella, oh boy, I got it in for him. If I ever find that joker, you know what I'm gonna do to him? I'm gonna make him into my dog. Just like he's trying to do to all our innocent school children. Because I'm the wrong hero. Playboy? Yeah, I know Playboy. He don't want to work, all he want to do is play. That's why they call him Playboy. Well, if I see Playboy, he's gonna pay, boy. And how? You know what I don't like? The slut. Her and him go hand in hand. Couldn't have Playboy without the slut. Well, I ain't gonna tell you what I'd like to do to her. But I'll tell you, it wouldn't be pretty. It wouldn't be pretty. You know what else I don't like? I don't like the super parasites. They're a conspiracy. They're trying to suck the material wealth of America into their own greedy, non-productive, toothless, ill-fed mouths. I hate them super parasites. And Beggar Man, I'm gonna boot that son of a bitch so hard, he's gonna go flying around the world, and when he lands, I ain't even gonna bother catching him. Now, one of your nice heroes like Superman, you might catch him, but not me, because I'm the wrong hero. I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I hate everybody. Well, then you got that limousine liberal. You know limousine liberal? You hear him? You don't hear much about him anymore. He's kind of ashamed to show his face these days. Well, that's because me and my crowd, we sort of made it hard on that son of a bitch. Yeah. Oh, you know, there's the bum. He's the most menacing individual of all. You know why? Because he reminds us of how, well, he just reminds us of stuff that we just don't want to be reminded of. I don't want to see that guy. And if I do, I'll make him into a bum, all right. I'll kick him in the bum. He'll be two bums, because I'll split him right in half. Clean him, clear up the middle of his crack. Now listen, I'm the wrong hero, so when I do something for you, I expect to be paid, and I expect to be paid good. I ain't gonna do this stuff for nothing. And I'll tell you something else, too. You know, money don't buy happiness, but I'll tell you something about money. It sure as hell makes it a lot easier to be sad. Yeah, listen. Money can't buy you friends, but I'll tell you something. If you have money, your enemies sure are a hell of a lot more well-dressed. You know, what I'd like to do, I'd like to go out and I'd like for you to give me some money. Now, you don't have to give me no money. Well, of course, I ain't gonna tell you what's gonna happen if you don't give me money. Because I'm the wrong hero. I don't help people. I shake them down for all the filthy spending lucre they've got, and then I go out and buy a whole bunch of cheap booze because I'm the wrong hero. And I'll tell you one last thing. Small is not beautiful. Small is ugly, man. It's ugly. It's a real ugly scene. I hate small. So if there's any small-minded individuals out here who don't like the wrong hero, well, you better just get the hell out of here right now. Who's next? Charlie? Can you follow that?
Thank you, Francis.
I'll tell you what a day I had up there. Started out this morning. Woke up to my kids' pee-wee alarm clock. This thing goes off. Good morning, everyone. I fell out of bed, hit my head on the dresser, picked up the phone, called the boss. Listen, I don't think I'll be in today. You know, my day's already screwed up. Oh, but you gotta come in. No, I'm not coming in. You gotta come in. I said I'm not coming in. Besides, I don't want to look at your ugly face to mention it. I mean, this guy doesn't have ring around the collar. You know, he's got ring around the waist. And to top it all off, he lives in a trailer park and listens to Willie Nelson songs all weekend. Maybe I shouldn't hate him quite as often as I should have. Cause he is never on my mind. He is never on my mind. I'll tell you, I can't take the guy, really. So what did I do? I really do find it hard waking up in the morning lately. And I wish I had a job where I didn't have to get ready for work. Something like the trash men, you know? I mean, what the hell do they have to do? They don't have to shave or anything, shower, they just put on a weightlifting belt and out the door they go. I mean, I wonder what they have to talk about at the end of the day. Hey, look at this Fisher-Price stove I found today. Hardly been used, for Christ's sake, you know? So I laid in bed and I flicked the TV on and the Muppets were on. And Kermit the Frog here, and welcome to the Muppet Show. And our special guest today is Mr. John Wayne, yay, the Duke himself. Yay! Well, I ain't gonna step on yous, the hell I ain't. Well, I almost stepped in the Muppet, caca. That was funny, you know, why? You don't think the Muppets take a shit or something? You know, what do you think they are, fucking stuffed animals? They're real people, you know? Oh, Kermit, how come you don't love me, Kermit? Because you're a pig, a big pig. I like the Duke, you know, the Duke is good. I like to picture John Wayne with a cold. Well, achoo there, Pilgrim. All right, well, let's get these tables in a circle here. Well, my name is Kublai Khan, leader of the Middle East tribe. And if you men out there are ever going to amount to anything, well, you've got to do what you're told and obey it. Well, tomorrow, well, we're going to take the town of Walker again. And remember, when we go into town, it's round up the sheep, kill the men, and rape the women. And for God's sake, let's get it right this time. All right, let's see. You like John Wayne, you like Pee-wee, but you don't believe in the Muppets, right? Okay. I bet you don't believe in Batman either, huh? Well, what if Jack Nicholson as the Joker was here to talk to you about it? Would you believe him?
We don't even believe the wrong era.
Well, to tell you the truth there, Doc, I guess it's 'cause I fight and fuck a lot. You know what I mean there, Chief? Just your average horny little devil. Have another cherry. You know, Nicholson is so popular, he could run for the President of the United States, and I can just see them now asking this question. Mr. President, what do you think of the serious drug problem we face today? Jesus Christ, I swear to God, the first time I tried Coke, I couldn't get the goddamn bottle up my nose. You know what I mean there, Chief? You know what I mean? You know, the other day I was reading an article that superstar Clint Eastwood, yes, has a new cooking show out, yes, called Clint's Hints. And he opens his show in this fashion. My name is Clint, and I'll drop you a hint that I use 5 or 6 eggs to make this cake. Well, to tell you the truth, I kind of lost track myself. But see now, this is a Hamilton egg beater, the most powerful egg beater made, and it can whip your head clean off. You got to ask yourself a question. Do you feel lucky? Well, do you punk? Go ahead, make my cake. And now, Sylvester Stallone as Mr. Rogers.
How you doing there? It's a beautiful day in your neighborhood. You know, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Okay, today, boys and girls, we're gonna make the A sound. You know, A, you know, and you know what begins with A, right? The way to you. Okay, next week I'm gonna teach you how to break a nose. You know what I mean? Listen, I gotta go. I gotta do something new there. Rocky 92. You know.
Hey, I like to see Rocky as the working up at the Hilltop restaurant as a customer service complaint. You know. Rocky, you want to go to table number 9? There's a complaint there. You know.
Yeah, well, what's the problem over here? You know.
Oh, Rocky, I paid $16.95 for the steak here, and the goddamn thing is tough. I can't chew it. You know.
It's a tenderloin. I gotta give it a couple of extra whacks there, you know. Oh, there you go. Try that now, you know.
Rocky Balboa. How about Rocky Goes Hawaiian? That ought to be a good one, huh? Hey, now, I like to rag on the superstars, and especially this next one. This guy here got $10 million just to say this. I'm looking for Sarah Connor, and I was told she's here. Where is she? If you're lying, I'll be back. I'll be back. $10 million this guy gets for that. You know what I get when I say that? I don't do us any favors or thanks for the goddamn warning, you know? No, Lionel's good though. I remember him pumping iron there when he said, winning a competition is great, it's fantastic. Getting up there and posing, there's nothing like it. It's better than coming off. Arnold, man, there's only one thing better than coming off, Arnold. It's coming off twice, you know? Not that I would knock him on the head like that, you know? I can just see his new movie, you know? Conan the Librarian, you know? And he comes to your house when your books are overdue, you know? Yes, your Winnie the Pooh book is overdue. I will give you another chance. Oh, please don't hurt the kids. Don't hurt the kids, Conan. If they can read, they can bleed. I'll be back, you know? There's no end to these people. I think we're watching movies till you're 90 years old about them. You know, when I'm not doing impressions, I work for courier service, as you can see, and people are always coming up to me asking me for directions. Of course, it depends on what kind of mood I'm in. The other day, a lady came up to me and asked me how to get to Harvard. I told her to study. Another lady asked me how to get to Symphony Hall. I told her to practice. You know, I love when you give someone directions. You draw them a map. Spend 5 minutes, and they look at you and go, "Are you sure?" No, I'm fucking lying. You know what Main Street is? It's nowhere fucking near that. How does that aggravate the shit out of me? Speaking of lying, the lion in The Wizard of Oz come up to me. He was lost. I heard this crying noise. I want to go home. I said, Jesus, lion, take it easy, you know. Go that way, no, go that way. On the yellow brick road. Well, I must have gave him the wrong directions, the way he come back pissed. Come on, put him up. I'll fight you with one hand behind my back, come on. I mean, lions can't talk, can they? There's only one lion I know that can talk, and that's the one in Beauty and the Beast. I guess his name is Vincent. I mean, what's the deal with that show anyway, you know? I mean, the guy doesn't work, he sleeps all friggin' day. You know? I mean, with his cap, she goes down to the tunnel there and cleans up his litter box. Can you imagine what that fucking thing must look like, you know? I mean, I can't understand that at all, you know? I mean, they can only go out, like, when it's Halloween, or I guess they can go to Rio de Janeiro to that Mardi Gras and stuff. Jesus, I can just see it now. They end the show with, you know, Vincent's lost, no one can find him. Catherine goes around New York putting all these signs on the telephone pole. You know, lost cat. Weighs 6'2", 240, answers to the name of Vincent, long red hair, you know. Tell you, don't get him pissed off, and don't throw any shoes at him. It really excites him, you know. I don't know where CBS comes up with these fucking movies, you know. The other day I was in Stop and Shop. I ran into Luke Skywalker. We heard this voice over the intercom.
And remember, Luke, I am your real father. At last we meet. You can find me in the Stop and Shop frozen section under succulent cherries. For I am the bounty of Stop and Shop.
You picture Darth Vader down in Suffolk Downs?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Suffolk Downs. Good luck, and may the force be with you.
Anthony Newell has just signed a contract to sing the theme song to the new movie, The Fly 3. What kind of fly am I who never fell in love? It seems that I'm the only bug who never fell in love. Unreal, unreal, huh? Hey, I've been taking karate. Yeah, I've been studying karate. At my first competition, they matched me up with this woman. I'll tell you, I got my first black bra in karate. You know? And that was after she beat the shit out of me. You know? Okay, now I'm going to do a couple of last impressions for you. I'm going to do Kurt Douglas and Britt Lancaster. And of course, in order to do Kurt Douglas, you have to have a dimple. Okay, as a matter of fact, I can teach you all how to do it. Take a scene from a movie like The Vikings, you know, when the hawk came down and ripped his eye out. Just grab your eye and go, and then when you really get good at it, I'm going to keep an eye out for you. Or do Kurt Douglas and Britt Lancaster arguing after a dentist visit who has the whitest teeth. You know something there, Britt? Doc says I got the whitest teeth he's ever seen in his life. Ah, but what about my teeth? My teeth are whiter than your teeth. My teeth, my teeth, my teeth, my teeth. All right? You'll never find a bigger dick than mine. Ha, ha, ha. I swear to you, on my father's soul, my mother's soul, every move I make, every breath I take, my dick is bigger than your dick. My dick, my dick, my dick, my dick. Okay. Hey, anyone see that movie, Spartacus? Wasn't that great at the end of the movie when they all came up to kill Kurt Douglas, all those men, what unity they had, you know? They would say, well, where's Spartacus? Oh, well, I'm Spartacus. No, I'm Spartacus. If I was Kurt, I would have said, yeah, that's right, I'm out of here. He's Spartacus. Take him, you know? I tell you, there's a lot you can do with this dot, you know? You could put it over here. And welcome to the New Delhi restaurant. Would you like to look at the menu? I'm sorry, but we do not serve submarine sandwiches here at the New Delhi. Hey, what are those black things for, anyway? Does anyone know? I mean, the guys wear the black and the woman wear the red. Is it like for maybe cable hookups? They will pop each other in, you know? Would you like to look at the menu tonight, honey? Just stand on your head so we can adjust the tracking. I don't know, what fun you could have going over there and playing Connect the Dots, huh? Okay, that about wraps it up. I'll tell you, one thing about doing impressions is you can be just about anybody you want to be. And what I like about it most is at night, my wife, she asked me, I just say to her, who would you like to go to bed with tonight, honey? And she says, why don't you surprise me, you know? So I'll come out. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Shazam, shazam, shazam. She goes, oh, no, not Gomer. Hey, good night, everybody. You've been great. Thank you very much.
Charlie Kvaaks, big hand for him. And a big hand for us because, like it or not, we're 10 against eternity. And here's the next hero, and his name is Jim Ben Aaron.
Thank you. Thank you. I went through comedy hell on Friday night. Charlie, bless his soul, set me up with a charity job for a parish in New Hampshire, a Catholic parish. And it's this outdoor thing. Hurricane Hugo's coming in. Charlie didn't know, it wasn't his fault. But I mean, the people there, it's New Hampshire, it's gotta be New Hampshire. I think that if this was somewhere upscale like,
Revere.
I was thinking Revere. Like Somerville, Medford. Fuck, no, this was like Revere. I think it would have worked out better. But I'm up there, I'm doing my act, which does well in catch, does well in Nicks, does well in stitches, bombs here, does bad in New Hampshire, right? So up there, like, I'd seen the schedule, what was going on before. They're talking about Father Dick gives a benediction at 7, and then the senior singers come on. You can tell they're building up to me. And then it's the comedians, professional comedians from Boston. Me and Fred Bates, who plays here too. And this ventriloquist with a stuffed ostrich. And I'm like, oh shit, you know, my act doesn't work. So So how are those senior singers? You know, like how'd that Bon Jovi tribute go? They're looking at me. What about Father Dick? He didn't speak in tongues again this year, did he? No, these people don't know tongues. It was comedy hell. It'll only happen a few more times, I'm told. Anyway, maps. A way to save time, if you know you're going somewhere you don't know you're going to be, draw the map on your forehead backwards, and you can just check it in the rearview mirror. Why didn't you think of that, Francis? TV lineups here now. This fall's TV lineup. Jesus, look at Francis working the crowd. You're not giving the wrong hero money, are you?
No. Break our arms. Break our arms. He wants to fight in press.
I thought it looked really good. In fact, I forgot for a little while there was even an ad out there. So we got the fall TV lineup going now, right? Did you see that show Act Off? It's like a game show. It's got like, who was it? Tony Danza, Lee Majors, Sir Alec Guinness, and Scott Baio doing scenes from King Lear and Death of a Salesman for Kvaaks. Have you seen Sacre Bleu? That movie, they have a bevy of French construction workers perform delicate neurological surgical procedures on their loved ones for cash and valuable prizes. Sacre Bleu! I have severed my baby's corpus callosum. She will never be the same. I was hanging out with this guy from France, right? He's about 18. He's over in this country, his parents were rich. They wanted to learn the language. So he's walking through the living room of this house we're at. And I guess the cat went by and he goes, oh, the cat. Like, you know, slick, he knows English. Oh, the cat. I'm like, no matter how fucking well I studied another language, I would never call a cat le chat. Because it's not le chat, it's a cat. That probably makes sense to me, but not to you. Why is it when comedians get up on stage and they describe some white person's misadventure with electricity, they say, he looked like an albino Don King, but they'll never describe a person who has a misadventure with one of those tire pressurizing coaches as an albino Al Sharpton. So the cold weather's here, the Republicans are getting all pissy. Oh, they're gonna start talking about the homeless. Why don't they just leave us alone? Charleston got devastated, right? There are homeless people down there, and I'm listening to the evening news, and they're like, Charleston is a city with a rich history which survived the Civil War, and the people here are not ready to give up yet. Oh, you know, what a fucking relief. For a minute there, I thought that they just nominate some spokesman, maybe the mayor kept and go, no, we're licked. We're gonna split, man. We have a city with a rich history, but this is just too tough. We're gonna scatter to all four corners of the earth. If you come back next week, this place will be a ghost town. Just forget it. Oh, time. Time alone with your girlfriend or or your boyfriend. I mean, I'm not gonna get particular here. But like, that mature stage of relationship when you first realize it's early on, or maybe a long time after something, you realize you've been alone for one time, and you haven't had to have sex like immediately as soon as the room is empty. You know, that first mature stage of a relationship? Just get it through your head, that happens, and then it's over and you break up. I'm gonna wrap up. I don't know how to do this piece yet, so you're gonna have to bear with me. This is experimental humor. This is very experimental humor. We're gonna talk about Santa Claus on angel dust. If I was doing this right, if I thought of this and really worked it out, I would have a long little rhyming thing to us the night before Christmas and all through the house, and the creatures aren't even house, but up on the roof was old St. Nick with a crazy look in his eye and a couple of snorts up his nose, but it would rhyme. So imagine it rhymes, right? And I'm telling this rhyming story about Santa Claus coming down the chimney and waking the kids up, and they come into the living room, and Santa Claus is there checking them out, old St. Nick. This should all be rhyming though. Just imagine this as a rhyming tale. Really clever, really witty. Lots of little, rhyming shit. And St. Nick is there and he's checking the kids out. And he opens up his bag and in a deep Santa Claus voice, I can't do. I wanted Charlie to do Santa Claus, but he refused. so I'm gonna have to live through this myself. He takes out like this Lionel HO scale train set and says, here's that train set you wanted, Bobby. And Bobby's all excited. And then Mary says, here's that Barbie's playhouse you wanted, Mary. He gets out the Barbie's playhouse, she's all excited. Now this part comes in one of those voices that the storytellers at the children's section will ever use. And then, taking a wicked-looking sickle out of his bag. And for you, Johnny, I have death! Good night.
Hey, Mike.
That one has an on-off switch, Francis. You might want to switch on.
Mike is the key word.
Well, all we can say is that Jim Van Aaron's spectacular. Even the microphone had to take a break after that. Yeah, what a glib fucker, man. Anyway, here's Paul Haarer. And he's our more or less resident singer-songwriter here at the Middle East, open mic. Thanks for coming out. Sure do appreciate it. You gonna stand up this time?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not going to be as real at home. Little on the low side. Yeah, that's good. Test. Thanks for tuning.
Yeah, check it out. You know the procedure. You initiate. I'm already.
Count the steps toward Galilee. Count the mountains, 1, 2, 3. A golden calf and a sore knee. Count the steps toward Galilee. The evening opens like a silver spoon. The night unveils a purple moon. It's not too soon to drink what you see, so count the steps toward Galilee. The night falls heavy on the promised land. Your mother plays in a big brass band. Stand in the desert by a hickory tree and count the steps toward Galilee. Jesus wanders with a champagne glass. I wonder if love can ever last. I gotta believe this time holds the key, so I count the steps toward Galilee. Count the steps toward Galilee. Count the mountains, 1, 2, 3. A golden calf and a sore knee. Count the steps toward Galilee. Okay, now I'll go from 2 chords to 2 notes. Just to let you know I got some skill on the guitar. frustration of my intentions. I walked in the door with a Bible underneath my arm, a six-pack in one hand and a pen in the other. There seems to be a misinterpretation. I can understand your frustration. I know you wanted me to be just for you, but all I am is a trucker and a biker, someone who reads a lot of Shakespeare. There seems to be a misinterpretation. I can understand your consternation. I know you wanted someone else, someone who would be nice to the dog, someone who would say hi to your mom. There seems to be a misinterpretation. You'd better say the benediction, 'cause it's over. I'm walking out the door, a Bible underneath my arm. You'd better call the movers, tell them the table belongs to my dad. There seems to be a misinterpretation. There seems to be a misinterpretation. Thanks. My heart fills my ears, I lie on my side. I did what I thought was right at the time. I gave you the options, I thought I was fair. I spoke clear and cool like I just did not care. This winter bed is cold and I wake up at dawn. I realize now that I may have been wrong. Love is not a lamb that can show out the door. It's more like a tiger asleep on the floor. Where did you go to? Where have you been? Is there any chance we get together again? Your towels on the shelf, your toothbrush in place. There's wine in the kitchen, all set just in case. It seems the more I learn, the less I know. I scratch a scab and the blood starts to flow. I recognize your laughter if I heard it through the door. I recognize the tiger asleep on the floor. I woke up the tiger and it ate up my soul. I claimed my independence and the flame took its toll. This winter bed is cold and I wake up at dawn. I realize now that I may have been wrong. One more shot. Don't see a minister. Your hair is full of lightning rods. The proletarian masses plod along the sidewalk of your legs. You think you're God and they're round pegs, trying to get into your square. Oh, a mole can see more than you do. You think your looks let you play through to the 18th fairway, but you're on the stairway leading to the bases of hell. Sell your soul, hack your Tupperware. I don't really care who pays the cab fare. You're not going anywhere, anyhow. The only question now is how long before the highways and the buildings and the forest and the sky and your family and your friends turn into one big man.
One thing I'll say about Carl, I always gives 101%, which is a statistical impossibility, but you know, the thing is, the difficult is merely difficult and the impossible is easy with the wonderful Carl Haarer. I am turning glib, good God. Anyway, Bill, my friend, and then Melissa, and then we have what is more or less our featured act. Well, I shouldn't say that because it sort of, you know, doesn't sound right, but Greg Fitzsimmons. And you're all heartily advised to stick around for him. He's a fine young comic. Of course, all the comics around here are young. I mean, you're not going to find any old ones here, except maybe, who was that crazy guy? Mike, do you remember him?
Oh, yeah, Kvaaks Jackie.
Well, he's not really a comic. I was thinking of someone else. You know that guy with the eye patch? Do you guys know who this is? I'm talking about the guy who does the card tricks and Stu Wiley. Yeah, Stu Wiley is the only elderly comedian who's ever played here.
Stu Wiley played here?
Yeah, the legendary Stu Wiley.
Humble.
Wow, shucks. Yeah, we all have to be humble in the face of such blinding talent. No, I don't want to get the phone. The damn phone's always ringing off the hook just when I'm supposed to be doing my job such as it is. But anyway, just some in-between song pattern, you know? Thank you all very much.
I'm testing right now. Still testing. Still testing. La 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 la. Alright, was that good enough? Yeah. Start. Oh, this is it's called Lorelei.
Just take the path with the least straw and grass, but leave your pride here when you go. You just take the path with the highest wild grass, but leave your pride here when you go. the pebbles that cut you in your feet. Don't follow the moon, it lies with romance. If it gets too lonely, it's alright. Dance. Just take the path where the least trodden grass. But leave your pride here when you go. But you must start anew on the day that you do. Cause nobody's done that before. And remember your friends when you get to the end. Cause nobody's been there before. Nobody's waiting for sure. You'll be lonely for sure.
Hey, 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 hey. It's a sing-along. You guys want to sing along? Sing along.
How was when?
I think you'll figure it out. People in the streets, well, they're shaking hands, smile when they meet. People in the streets know each other's names and they smile when they meet. They sing, hey, 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 people walk into stores, well, they wipe their feet and they close all the doors. People walk into stores and they wipe their feet and they close all the doors. They sing, hey, 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 that's the way it should be, yeah. Everybody in the world was singing songs instead of making bombs. Everybody in the world was singing songs instead of making bombs. They sing, hey, 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 that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should always be. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should always be. Well, I love you and you love me, and that is the way it should always be. I love you and you love me, and that is the way it should always be. We sing, hey, 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 that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should always be.
Be, that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should always be. Be, that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should always, always be.
Ahoy, mateys. It's Captain Bligh. We're running a tight ship here this afternoon, so we're going to bring Melissa right on up, but let's have another hand for Bill. And, well, it's redundant, but let's have another hand for Melissa.
So I played here last week, and I played some new material to get a reaction. And so this week, I decided last week that I was going to come this week. I had decided that I was going to play old material, but I wrote new material over the week. So, hey, that's right, baby. This is called the beginning of a new beginning. for one more?
Yeah! Sure. Whatever one you want. Sure.
Some of them were fairly sober, I remember.
We're all you.
I don't think I love anybody at this point. I'm kidding.
I don't love you.
Okay.
Even if you're
Even if I'm what?
Even if you're
I still didn't hear you. I don't think I want to. Can't see you, can't hear you, right? Yeah. Okay. No, I'll play one about myself. I played this one last week. I was gonna play this one, but I wrote it because I like it. This is called Building My Wall. You just gotta pretend you hear the drums. I see the child running from the fear, wanting to turn and hold it close till it hears, till it hears the secret of the feared. I hear the woman, she is screaming down the hall for help, but I close my eyes and I hear nothing at all, because I am building my wall just as high as I can. And whether no one could tear it down, because I lost the master plan, and I can't find the first stone, but I know where's the last, and I call that one self-centeredness. Did you really have to ask? I see the child, he is running from the fear, wanting to turn and hold it close till it hears. It wants to hear the secret of the fear.
My name is Francis DiMenno. Drug addict, alcoholic. Easy guy to shop for around Christmas time. And I'm welcoming you to WHIP, wonderfully weird, WHIP, your flagellation station. Tonight's program is being brought to you by Jen & Barry's flavored contraceptive jellies. Jen & Barry's flavored contraceptive jellies in shrimp, chocolate fudge, and try our new Cajun popcorn. Jen & Barry's contraceptive jellies. Well, you know that Hurricane Hugo? Topical material. 50,000 homeless in the Caribbean, but I'd like to know one thing. Was that before or after the hurricane? They don't talk about that much, do they? I mean, what do those figures mean unless they give you some sort of before and after, right? Like the Charles Atlas shrimp on the beach that gets sand kicked in his face. Then, after 3 months of Charles Atlas's amazing muscular isotonic isometric tension force, he's a broke shrimp. They don't tell you that either. Welcome to the Magpie Channel, where we offer you bright, shiny objects. So come on, magpies, come on down. Get that dial button phone, push it with your beak. And if you don't have a push button phone, then get a dial phone and turn it with your beak here on the Magpie Channel. You know, they always say, I love Lucy, I love Lucy, I love Lucy. When I was a kid, a little bit of introspective autobiography. When I was a kid, there was a paint store around the corner from where I lived on Miter Way, and in Pittsburgh, in the Bloomfield section. Skip the autobiographical crap, Frank. We don't care. Well, anyway, they had this sign in the window: Lucy loves Lucite. You know, the type of paint there. Well, you know, the Lucille Ball show used to give me ulcers when I was a little kid, because being a little kid, I couldn't distinguish between reality and acting, and I thought she really was getting into all those ridiculous scrapes. And my stomach would clench up. I would almost become physically ill watching I Love Lucy. And now the thing is, you know, it's one of the most popular shows ever, and what if aliens pick up outer space transmissions from our planet? What they're likely to get is I Love Lucy. And so they're monitoring us, you know. What have you picked up? They're not civilized. Destroy them at once. You know, so ironically, that little lady who brought so much laughter to the world might very well be the cause of the world's destruction. And other sensitive, cheery topics. I had a little pup when I was a kid, and his name was Kippy. I loved that little pup. He used to follow me everywhere I went. And woof, woof. And you know, I love that pup so much, I didn't spank him with ordinary newspapers, no. I had a special newspaper. It had his face on the front cover, and the headline read, Kippy, bad dog! And on page 2, an editorial, Kippy must stop shitting on the rug. Pages 3 and 4, ads for carpet cleaners, you know, the rest. Hey, what's this? Oh, dear Senator, I want to express my dismay at the attempts of Senators Kennedy, Metzenbaum, and DiCanici to further violate my constitutional rights in regards to the introduction of legislation aimed at limiting my right to bear arms. Boy, this guy's a real Proust here. Hey, Marcel, the spirit of the Second Amendment is not to defend the rights of sportsmen as so often erroneously claimed by legislators, but of the people to be armed as to discourage those who might threaten the sanctity of our freedoms as Americans by unlawful force, like criminals, as well as to protect our life and property. While earlier legislation had already violated the spirit of the Second Amendment by limiting the type of weapons that citizens may possess, the new attacks on semi-auto firearms in particular are disturbing as a legislative trend. Besides the fact that semi-autos are used in a tiny fraction of crimes involving firearms, the tendency of kill all those lousy plug-in legislators that's borrowing their arms, and if they don't like it, I'll shoot their arms off! Well, you know, that was entirely spontaneous, and we didn't arrange this beforehand. I didn't slip Eric $5 to hand me the opportunity. Honestly, I didn't.
You slipped him 10.
Yeah, I slipped him 10, I know. Well, you know, I had a German Shepherd, but he turned on me. No, it wasn't Kippy. Kippy, alas, Kippy. Oh, you know what happened to Kippy finally? Well, I was going around imitating him. He was a chow dog. He had a blue tongue. really entranced me. I went around imitating him and eating out of his dish. They gave the dog away, and what I figured, hey, that was a good dog. They should have given me away and kept the dog. Well, then I got a German Shepherd. His name was Sport, and he turned on me. You know how German Shepherds are. They're temperamental, they're cranky, highly intelligent, sensitive beasts, but vicious, incurably vicious. Oh no, now we get some sound in the room. Okay, do your thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, on 5, give me some echo, okay? So, I had this German Shepherd, his name was Sport, and he was vicious and he turned on me. He took me to small claims court. The judge awarded him $25 worth of cow can and $10 worth of milk bones for mental anguish. Thanks. You're welcome. You know, I'm my own worst enemy. I must be, you know? I feel like kicking myself sometimes because it blows so many punchlines. It's just unbelievable. Well, I'm my own worst enemy, and here's a story that proves it. I was stranded on a desert island with a gorilla. And, well, you're not going to like this. It's not a very savory topic, but I was repeatedly raped by this gorilla. Well, I was rescued. I got home. I suffered what all my friends termed post-traumatic stress. And, you know, after about a month or so of this, moping in my room, not going outside, my friends came up to me and said, Frank, chin up. Come on, Frank. You can't live in the past forever. Come on, chin up. And I said, he doesn't call, he doesn't write. Yeah. Oh, I have a Dear Abby. This is great. Friendly remark. Dear Abby, I thought you might like to know how I handle a remark about my obesity. When a, quote, supposed friend said, you certainly are getting fat, I replied, every time I look into a mirror, I am reminded of how fat I am, but your stupidity shows only when you open your mouth. I may lose weight, but you will always remain stupid. What a fun couple these two must be. Fat so stupid, fat so stupid, fat so stupid, fat so stupid. You know, anyway, that was more intense than funny, I guess. Huh? I like to do a little trick I've mastered, or at least I flatter myself. You know, No, nothing like that. God, that's a job for. That's a job for. That's a job for man, and I'm Homo sapiens, the thinking ape. Instead of ripping it in half, I'll deconstruct it. The phone book is very interesting as a social document and also quite useful. However, there's no plot, no action, no underlying theme save that of individuals locked in a struggle to escape their anonymity. Well, anyway, you know, U2's songs, I don't know about you, what you guys think about them. Do I care? Yeah, I do kind of, but you know, does anybody here like U2? I mean, no, not at all? Good, then I can butcher them effortlessly. Well, I figure their songs make just as much sense if you sing them from the lyrics from the phone book, so I'm going to try it with I Will Follow. Corey Penis Anthony, Corey Cortezes Corey, Kustotomus Kuche, Kustatusis, I can't pronounce these Greek words, and if you could juke me into Dukian, Kujukian, Kovo, Kovlik, Kovar, Kovovsky. Well, okay, let's try with REM, and this one goes out to the one I love. Mattarella, Mattarilli, Mar, Tula, Mattuselli, Marty, Mar, Martin, Maruka. Well, anyway, this I try that. You know, I say these things about myself. I say that I'm a drug addict. I say that I'm an alcoholic. And you know, I'm sure you all believe me. How gullible can you be? Well, I am a serial killer. Every morning I drown it in milk. That is such a bad joke, but you know, what the fuck. I'm gonna skip everything else except, okay, you know about Elmer Fudd. You know that Robin Williams has made famous his impression of Elmer Fudd. What about Elmer PhD? Scientifically speaking, the rabbit is not really a delectable animal, and my futile endeavors to catch it are really symbolic of a deep underlying anxiety about my masculinity or the lack thereof. Elmer PhD. Okay. So if Ron Lowe were on 30-something, what would they call it? Dirty-something? That's the pandering joke, okay? I know. I guess you watch television out there. I wanted to invent a, you know how dogs are always drinking out of the toilet? Well, if you really love your dog, why don't you like pour a little beef bouillon in there, you know? At least give the mud a treat every once in a while. I don't know. Well, thanks. I got one last thing. If I were president, you know, I think of this every once and then, because, you know, they say, well, in America, any boy can grow up to be president, provided he's white and his name doesn't end with a vowel. Well, if any boy can grow up to be president, The first thing I would do if I were president, a long, pregnant silence while the audience attentively bends an ear to hear this hilarious punchline. Oh, you're gonna love this one. If I were president, the first thing I would do is, this is gonna be worth listening to, honestly. If I were president, the first thing I would do is, oh, you know, our soundmen are like, hey, soundmen, never talk during someone else's set. Unless they're musicians, who cares about them, right? No, even during musicians. All right, I'll do it. If I were president, the first thing I would do is nationalize salad bars. Also, I would replace war as a means of diplomacy with the exchange of ugly clothing at Christmas time. So here's a scene. Gorbachev in his stronghold. Just imagine I got a big cherry red stain on my forehead.
Funny American president, boy. Give us this sweater. He's big and salt. We give him this sweater. And then we give him these pants.
Mr. Jim Ben Aaron, please come up and introduce our next act.
I'm gonna hog the mic for a sec. There's some stuff I just didn't get out of my system. Oh, Jesus. How are you guys doing? Better than Jim Baker? Able to sit up and take nourishment, are we? Good. They're testing to see if they were testing to see if he was competent to stand trial, I guess he was saying.
Well, they had that hurricane, so they had to like...
No. It's like he's been married to Tammy Faye Baker for so long. What did they expect? Oh, he was insane. Oh. Okay. Let's go into the bathroom. Let's go into the bathroom and do a packet. What was I going to tell you? I'm going to tell you about, packet. No, about, an easy way to get out of an argument with your girlfriend or boyfriend is to talk like this. Woo! Woo! So she tries to argue with you, you just go, woo! Woo! Everyone does that, and I know you all do that, so laugh, damn it. Well, this next guy, I'll tell you a little bit about him. His name's Greg Fitzsimmons. Now, the good thing about Greg is I've seen him kill in like every room in this city. So give him some attention. You know, he's also very interesting guy. He staffs an emergency hotline. I'll tell you about that. That's, you know, it's a volunteer thing, and he's an important comedian. He's up and coming. This is one of these people who you later on see in big places and pay lots of money to go to. Welcome him up here. Let him know you care. Greg Fitzsimmons.
Thank you very much, Ben. Jim, Ben, Aaron.
The only three names.
That's right. It's great to be here. It's really good to see Francis work. I've never seen him work before, except for that singing telephone joke. It's just every time I go to a club, you see that same fucking act. Another guy singing REM songs out of the phone book.
Really?
It's annoying sometimes. It's just such stock shit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
You guys eating some food over there, huh? Indian food? Is it a little spicy? Yeah, sure. They tell you that when you come to these Middle Eastern restaurants. Stuff chews your insides out. How do you know when a guy from the Middle East is starving to death? His asshole stops burning, which is how he knows. But actually, I heard a kind of a funny story a friend of mine told about a friend of his who he had set up on a blind date with this girl he didn't really know very well, mutual friends. They went out and they got shit-faced at a Middle Eastern restaurant. They were eating all this hot and spicy food, drinking shots of tequila. They ended up going home together that night, sleeping together, passing out. And in the middle of the night, the guy woke up and he realized that he'd actually taken a shit while he was asleep. He was so drunk. So he didn't want this to get back to his friend. This is a true story. So what he did was he got up, he wiped himself, and he put her in it, and then woke her up in the middle of the night and said, "You pig, don't ever call me again," and he walked out of the place. It's true. So, no, I'm not going to tell any more jokes about you assholes. I mean about assholes. I usually hang out on the other side of the river in Brighton. You guys familiar with Our House, the bar Our House? Yes? Oh, right. Great. Great bars, aren't they? Well, I spend a lot of time with these bars, but I have a little bit of trouble with the name. because they're trying to get a contact across with our house. But I'm sitting there at 2 o'clock in the morning, bartender's telling me I've got to leave our house, right? I'm going nowhere, pal. Why don't you crack me another one of our beers back there, huh? And later on, we'll split up our tips. It's good to be home. I was stuck in traffic on Storrow Drive the other day. I had the good fortune of being stuck directly in front of that sign that says, if you lived here, you'd be home right now, all right? That's the worst sign. So suddenly a homeless guy comes shuffling up the side of Storrow Drive, takes a look at the sign. Set up camp. Thank you very much. It wasn't worth going all the way down to the floor for, was it? Have anybody seen this commercial for the old person who's walking, gets to the top of the stairs, trips, and like rolls down an entire flight of stairs? You seen this? Most morbid commercial you've ever seen in your life? And the point of the whole commercial now is that old people... That's medical alert, yeah. Yeah, thanks for your help. Do you really? Do you fall down the stairs much?
Sometimes I do.
Once in a while, it's tough.
It is.
Do you hit the button?
I haven't yet.
Well,
I haven't yet.
that doesn't make much sense because the only time you can use it is when you fall down the stairs, right?
Well, you gotta make sure it's a serious illness.
Well, why don't... It's a what?
A serious illness.
It's right. Well, sure, but even a drunk like you can just fall down the stairs.
All the time.
I mean, everybody should wear them. Either that or we should just leave them at the bottom of the stairs, right? Either way, who knows? We can workshop these jokes. Just any input anybody has, just let me know. I'm here to learn. I shouldn't chop on commercials. My father actually does voiceovers for TV commercials for a living. He's the voice you always hear on the screen. And this was kind of an unusual situation growing up with this guy in the house. Sometimes I'd sit down to dinner alone and I'd hear a voice from the next room. Tonight we've replaced Greg's normal turkey dinner with Spam. Let's watch. I come home late at night. I wouldn't get lectured the next day like a normal kid. I just hear my father's voice outside my door. And where was Greg Fitzsimmons at 4 o'clock in the morning? Inquiring dad wants to know. Thank you.
Tell him anything?
Excuse me?
Tell him anything?
I didn't tell him anything, because you can't talk back to a TV, and I've just gotten so used to that. But you can talk back to a sound man. Sure.
You can.
You sure can. Oh, then you control the sound, that's right. And it sure would be tough to talk to all these people without a microphone right now, wouldn't it? My mother's a little bit unusual as well. She works for AT&T, 411 information line, so she's been laid off for the last month or so, and she's getting a little annoying around the house because she's so restless. I call home and I always get, "With Fitty, please." "Mom, it's your son, Greg." "I'm sorry, I don't have a Greg. I have a Gregory." "Yeah, that's me, Mom. I'm at the supermarket. I just need..." "Oh, you're at the supermarket. But don't be buying any of that diet soda. Don't buy... You get saccharin in it, you eat the saccharin, and the laboratory rats with that stuff. They got cancer of the colon, which is your ass. So if you drink that shit, you can get ass cancer." That's new, thanks. Well, let me try some new stuff on you guys. Obviously, you guys have seen my act too many times. You know it all.
Suzuki Samurai.
Suzuki. Suzuki Samurai Hotline. Oh, you have a Suzuki Samurai. Has it flipped yet? I mean, are you having trouble with it? Ooh, it did flip. Well, you were probably speeding. You were parked. Yeah, that is unusual. Huh. No, I can't believe that, no. You heard actual Japanese laughter in the background. That's unusual. No, I don't think this has anything to do with Nagasaki or Hiroshima. No, that's... Thank you very much. Requests. We're doing requests here tonight. It's the Middle East Cafe in Cambridge. Okay, I'll tell a joke. Okay. Give me in.
Whoa. Hey.
Are you throwing things? No, that's not nice. You can throw insults at me, but don't throw corny ware. It's just not nice. Apologize. Okay, guy. Nice crowd. Thanks, Francis. This is great. Francis called me about an hour ago to come over here to do the show. Or I called Francis and he asked me to come over. And I'm really glad I came. I could have been sitting home having sex right now. But I'm here. Either way, I'm alone in a room, so it's great. So I went fishing the other day. caught a marlin. I was trying to take him off the, I got hit by a plate. Do you believe this? I'm in a club, and I got hit by a plate. This is all...
Hey, we're on drugs.
Believe this, Jesus. Stop taking drugs. Start paying for them like the rest of us, all right? It's a free-for-all, okay.
What is this shit, huh? You are setting a bad example. You have to wear a fucking bag over your goddamn head and a fucking smother, and I don't give a shit.
Actually, that looks like a condom. This is perfect because he's such a dick. See, we got the little tip on the end, the reservoir tip. Very nice. I'll lubricate it a little later on for you, right? So no, does anybody have a little extra dignity they can give this guy for the rest of the show? Just lend it to him for about 5-10 minutes. I went fishing the other day. Caught a marlin, trying to take him off the hook. Fish just stared at me.
I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody instead of a fish, which is what I am.
So I threw him back out, thank you. Don't you need this for the bathroom? So I threw him back. I caught another fish. It was a salmon. Trying to take him off the hook, he's just staring at me. Okay, so you caught me, just don't tell the Ayatollah. Salmon, see, it's a pun type of joke. As in Rushdie, yeah. As in rush, die. Like I rushed up here to die on the stage.
You did, too.
Okay, another new joke. What else did I write? You ever get the feeling that Reagan didn't know what was going on for the last 8 years? Yeah, he did. It was crazy, wasn't it? Unbelievable. You re-elected him, didn't you? So, there's a thing like called an idiot nod. When you walk into the middle of a conversation, two people are talking, one of them looks up at you. And they go, right, Greg? You haven't heard a word of the conversation. It's like, yeah, sure, pal, whatever you said. And I have a theory that this is what actually went on with Reagan's cabinet for 8 years. They would be talking about, okay, Ali, what we're going to do is we're going to exchange the arms for the hostages, and then, oh wait, here comes Ron. Right, Ron? Yeah, that's right. So this way, he was informed. It's new. Stay with me on this one. Don't throw any more silverware. Okay, a friend of mine slept with this really hot girl the other day, Tina. And, why was she what? Why was she was on fire? It was he got 3rd-degree burns. It was disgusting. She just got in a car accident, but he got there before the police. Got a quick one, you know? So, she was really hot, and I had always wanted to sleep with this girl, but I didn't get the chance because it turns out she died as a result of the car accident. Borderline necrophilia, but it wasn't really necrophilia. But I really missed her so much, I wanted to have sex with her, so what I did was I slept with another girl that my friend John had also slept with besides her. And I figured under the whole AIDS theory that you sleep with every one of somebody's partners if you sleep with them. I really did sleep with her, so it's, by extension, I did her, you know what I mean? Did that hot girl. I slept with John. I slept with guys that John's girls had slept with. It really brought up my numbers, stud numbers. Brought out a few swelly bumps underneath that. You guys want to talk about anything else? You know, just sort of yell it out. Okay, Francis, I guess we're going to bring you back on here pretty soon. Well, let me tell a couple more jokes.
Yes.
One or two more. I went recently to the sexual therapist with my lover, which is obviously bullshit. It's a setup for a joke. Oh my god. But joke goes that I go to the sexual therapist with my lover. And I sit around and I get really pissed off because anytime you talk to a psychologist for an hour, they think that they know you inside and out. They can hit you with this broad psychological theory that they think pertains to you. So I'm sitting there for an hour and suddenly the psychologist looks at me and says, Greg, I think you have an Oedipus complex. Fixated with your mother. I said, yeah, right, come on, Ma, let's get the hell out of here. So now my dad's all pissed off, doesn't want to pay for it. God, I just want to kill him. It's baseball season. Any baseball fans out there? Yes? All right, great. I'm a baseball fan. The reason I like baseball is I'm Catholic and there's a lot of Catholic ball players, but we have a slightly different religion, I noticed, because somewhere along the line, the Catholic ball players have developed an extra God. And you notice this when they get up to bat. They all do the same thing. Who is this? Is this Saint Dick or something? What else is going on in my life? I just graduated from college recently. And so people naturally come up to me and say, Greg, what do you want to do? I graduated college. I say, well, I want to be a stand-up comedian. And they say, wow, that's really great. I never thought you were funny. Those people have all showed up tonight. Thank you for coming. What else? I'll give you one last joke and then I'll get off. Bring Francis back up for some more existential, surreal comedy. I just wanted to tell a few. You still got the cap on. That's beautiful. You are good tonight. So just a little thing for the girls in the audience. There's something you guys don't know that the guys all know because we do it. And there's a thing when your head goes down when you're giving head. Guys all do the same thing. And you've never seen it, but this is it, and it's slap you up. Thank you very much. I'm Greg Fitzsimmons. Good night, everybody.
That was Greg, and listen, if any of you dickheads throw any more shit, I'm gonna rip your head off and suck the blood out of the fucking stump. Listen, May was National Trauma Awareness Month, but I was too frightened to mention it until now. But here's Betsy Selkin. If you're gonna throw shit at her, I'll kill you every last one and say, hey, you are.
Thanks, Francis. Nice dress. Well, I'm a comedian. I make my living this way. But recently I lost my sense of humor. And I'm trying to get some disability, so don't laugh because I'm trying to make my case tonight. So, have you noticed that a lot of postal workers seem to have gone a little nutso and killed a lot of people? Well, I mean, I thought, well, what is it about postal work that drives them off the edge? Is it those extra 4 numbers they added to the zip codes, or? But actually, it seems like it's coincidentally, they're all Vietnam vets. And now there's some Vietnam vets who aren't postal workers who are also feeling a little stressed and killing all their coworkers. Which leads me to think, like, we send these people off to Vietnam, or we send them off to war, and we teach them how to behave in war. And then we let the survivors come home. I don't think we should anymore. I mean, I don't think we should send anyone in the first place, but if we are going to, we should make sure that they all die. Okay. I'm building a case here. Thank you. So did anyone vote? Yesterday was the primaries? Did you vote? For local stuff, little stuff. Yeah, like city councilors and stuff like that. So,
Jew?
Jew? Yes, Jew. I did, but I didn't vote for all of the offices. Because I'm very un-American, and I only actually vote if there's someone who I really want to get into office. So as a result, I, vote for a couple of people, and that's it. So, but people are always saying to me, well, if you don't vote, you have no right to complain. So I voted. I fucking hate this weather. Can't get a decent assault weapon in Boston. And every time I find a bra style I like, they discontinue it.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I know you do. You look very uncomfortable. So I've decided not to sleep with men anymore.
Oh, no!
Yeah, well, statistics will show that most women who are murdered by men who have fucked them. Just a little truth there. Well, I'm getting an abortion. Well, I don't need one. But I feel that as an American, I should exercise that right before it gets taken away. But seriously, like it's basically defunct at this point, so I've been thinking of alternative legal strategies. And one idea I had was that we could videotape our abortions, and then they would be protected under the First Amendment as freedom of expression. Or here's an idea that might appeal to Republicans. Fetal eviction. I mean, they don't pay rent. They're eating our food. They're drain on the whole system. It's as bad as welfare. I had a pro-choice party. I told people to come dressed as the person they most think should have been aborted. So, I've been engaging in this little activity that I'd like to share with you because I think the more of us who do it, the better. But I've been sending all my used tampons to the Supreme Court with little notes. You know, saying stuff like, well, you know, since you're so concerned with my reproductive facilities, enclosed, please find one of my eggs to do with what you wish. Really, I've been doing this. I'm sort of hoping to get arrested. It'd be great publicity for the, you know, abortion. It would be, wouldn't it? I'm not sure what for, but anyway, my real idea here is to kind of discuss them into deciding, well, you know, maybe we just shouldn't be involved in this kind of thing. Wow, so... Well, what's disgusting about it? Yeah, hey. So, do you guys, any feminist men in the audience? Yeah. Support abortion rights for women? Why?
So we can mark them with impunity?
And then scrape it out afterwards.
And I stole that.
That's it.
That's your line. I'm sorry.
Thank you, thank you. Now you wrote that note for me, really. It's very generous. Wow, I was just trying out some new stuff. Thanks. Do you want some old stuff?
Yeah.
The cats? You want the cats?
Every time.
All right. So, well, my cats are codependent. One of them is bulimic and the other's a compulsive eater. I'm not sure it's disgusting, but at least I don't have to clean it. I mean, it's not like the cat sticks his paw down his throat. You know, he does something called over-grooming, which is pretty common among cats, I guess, where they clean themselves a little too well and they eat a lot of their hair. And... Anyway, so I took him to the vet because he had these giant bald spots. It was either that or side-spurling. So the vet says to me, your cat has emotional problems, and he put him on steroids. I think the cat was just socially conscious and didn't want to be wearing a fur coat. Now, why do people groan at this? I mean, I don't see you wearing fur or anything. That's a politically correct joke. Enlighten me, because I'm trying to... Why is that a boner?
Why is that?
That's so you moan when you like stuff? Okay, yeah,
Say it again.
so I think the cat was just socially conscious and didn't want to be wearing a fur coat.
I don't know. I want to find the words.
Is that too politically correct?
No, that's it. Maybe it's too cute.
Too cute, okay. All right, well, of course he's got a rat coat that he wears. Well, anyway, one of my cats is in heat, so every night we've got this gang of tomcats hanging outside of the window serenading her like this. Thank you. So do you want me to do cat sneeze too? Okay, here's the sneeze. Thank you. The fur ball, this is a shortened version because, well, I'll tell you why in a minute. Okay, here's the fur balls. There it was, thank you. The reason thank you for asking for that, because I don't do the fur balls anymore because it's really hurt my voice a lot. And I went to an ear, nose, and throat doctor because of it. And I found out when I was there that in the ear, nose, and throat specialty, they do their experimenting on chinchillas. Because apparently chinchillas have an inner ear structure which is very similar to humans. And so I asked him, well, you know, when you finish experimenting on the animals, do you sell the fur coats? He said, no, that's unethical. Oh, I see, but it's ethical to drive steel spikes through their eardrums while they're still alive. Okay, so that's with the fur thing, yeah. Okay, I'm getting the point. So, but in order to go to the ear, nose, and throat specialist, or any specialist, if you belong to an HMO, you have to go to your regular doctor first and get the referral, because apparently this saves them money. And so I went to my regular doctor first, and I said, yeah, I'm having throat, voice problems. And she asked me their favorite question, are you sexually active? I said, I hardly see how that's relevant. I'm only into violent fist fucking. I mean, I was just trying something different from the politically correct stuff. Thank you. Is it? Actually, I told you I'm not into sex. It's dangerous.
We'll get pregnant.
Well, no, I think it's great, you know, because we have, like, that's what America's all about, choice, right? 'Cause, you know, the choice is coat hanger, abortion, or AIDS. What a great country, huh? Okay, let's try some more jokes. Unless, do we have to move on? Do you want me to get up? Okay, something that's funny. Okay, so, well, I've got this great idea for how to sell cigarettes. First of all, I just buy, you know, billboards. Is just completely saturate the market with huge billboards. This is an idea for how to sell cigarettes, right? Now, on this billboard, I would have a woman with large breasts, not much clothing, big blonde hair, and no face. Actually, I'd just shrink her down and put her in the left corner. Now, on the other side, to balance this out, I would have some big objects, like a racing car or a casino theme. No, I've got it, yeah, weapons. Big weapons, like bombers and submarines and stuff. Okay, now the centerpiece, the focal point of this thing, would be the bust of a man, right? But in place of the man's head, I would have the head of a large Middle Eastern animal. Only this head would be made to look exactly like a huge penis. The veins and everything. The cheeks would be the balls and the nose. Well, I think this would sell cigarettes.
Yes, it does.
So some of you have seen the Camel ad.
Larry Rivers did that.
Larry stole my joke?
No. He did the artwork for that.
Did he really?
Yes.
In relation to John?
Yeah, you hear it out.
Okay, so, well, you probably guessed by now that I went to MIT. Yeah, I got these glasses when I was writing my thesis because I thought that people would stay away from me and I could get all my work done. Just attracted a weirder group. One time this man came up to me and said, you know, I find intelligent-looking glasses very sexy. I said to him, here, fuck these. Here's a Kleenex, clean them off and you're done. That'll be $20 up front, no kissing. All right, well, thank you for helping me document my case.
Almost. I saw some of you out there, you weren't paying attention. If it happens again. Well, you might have guessed I'm the wrong hero, and I'm the hero of Central Square. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I'm a hero. I'm a goddamn nutcase. That's what I am. But, you know, living in Central Square, I mean, have to make anybody nuts. You know why? Because you listen outside your window, you hear the bums comparing the merits of rubbing alcohol. It's a good rubbing alcohol. It's not a great rubbing alcohol. My girlfriend's a wino. I'm going to buy her a bottle of Newell Bourgeois. God, I hate this neighborhood. The goddamn roaches. They're going yuppie. They're drinking flavored seltzer. I hate them. I hate them all. And I hate you all. But here's a guy named Mr. Day, and he's going to show us the light of day here at this long open mic.
How you doing today? Ah, good. Honestly. Anyways, how you doing? My name is Balde. I just recently went to the Bruce Springsteen Museum in Asbury Park. It was a wonderful experience. Actually, it's kind of a cheesy little museum. It's just a big warehouse with a lot of cars and women named like Janie kind of wandering around. But they had the tape of the first song Springsteen ever wrote. And I'd like to just kind of do it right here. He was doing a lot of lawn mowing at the time, you know, making extra change. Seems like on yesterday she was a cherry red machine. Took her down to a friend of mine that made flames that were really mean. Bought her new Mac tires and her grandmother horn because the princess only goes first class. And she really glorious as the bar closes down because that princess can shortcut grass. She screamed Toro, Toro, Toro as she went for a turn and forward and shrub on the right. An hour more mama could run all day, just let her charge overnight. And the dandelions cowered and the neighbors stared as she motioned back with joy. An hour more mama was the queen of the development, second to no lone boy. Jim next door just bought him a deer, one of those snappy little Kvaaks jobs. Smaller blade radius, but quick as a snake, did blowing away John and Bob's. Sunshine fires were met in the yard, and he lighted it up in half. Princess purpose to reassure he'd have the last laugh. She screamed Toro, Toro, Toro as she went for a turn and avoided a shrub on the right. But she hit a rock and she started to skid, though she fought it with all her might. I got thrown as I went for the pool and I washed her in the water depth. But I had to smile as she let go and laugh with her last breath. Now if this song's gone on too long, well then please pardon me. It's just that I'm kinda drunk right now, and she meant a lot to me. I don't cut my lawn anymore, sit and watch the neighbor boy. On his power mower, mama, that's the queen of the development, second to no lone boy. Let's see. Everybody has to do their own laundry here? Laundromat?
Yes, sir.
Big laundromat crowd? I know, I like doing them out in the suburbs rather than like dead in the middle of Central Square. I got into a little bit of trouble asking to read someone's paper one time. Almost got killed. This is a little song called the Disclaimer Waltz, in case anything happens to you. If I ask you quite nicely for a few spurts of spray wash that sits on the counter or the laundromat we're in, would you turn your head slowly and stare at me blankly for 4 or 5 seconds before the lecture begins? Would you then say you bought it with money you worked for, and that makes it undisputably yours, that you have no use for freeloaders like me who cheat on welfare and only pretend to be poor? Look, I don't want to borrow your money or your mother or your car to drive to Mexico this week. No, I just want to 1 or 2 seconds for this brainwash. Have a small grease stain, you self-righteous geek. So I had to go through all your tight-fisted bullshit that you wait to spew like a panther with a spring. Bend your moral and monetary values, then you can fuck off and forget the whole thing. I recently found God. Well, that's not really true. I recently found an old tape of Chris Christopherson's, and
It just kind of inspired me. And it's a song called No Deposit.
Well, you might think I'm crazy, but I ain't believing me. House sitting for the house of the Lord with beer and free pay TV. When Merlin Olsen comes on that TV, well, I have to answer yes. When he asks, how do you spell relief? I say, J-E-S, yes. Well, you know, I've never seen Jesus, but I've been to his apartment. Left a note, said be back. Couple thousand years, there's a beer in the fridge. Well, for Holy Ghost, he was sure a heavenly host. Cause the cable bill's been paid through next year. I've been there ever since.
Well, thank him. Really. He's pouring out his heart for you. You don't even thank him. Come on, give him a big hand. You know, we got this guy, you know, he's a really nice guy, but he has a really rude name, and his name is Joe Mama. And then we're going to get Pelvic thrust up here and have one sprawling, feedback-laced jamboree of noise and action. And we might even get the famous Jeffrey Gagnon on up here as well. But until that time, Joe Mama. One,
One. Sounds kind of like heaven. Well.
How old is that guitar?
How old does it look?
Pretty old.
It's got Fender written in nail polish. I got a party inside my head, a little party. Inside my head, I don't need no beer, no don't need to get up with you in my bed. I don't need to invite any friends at all. It's just a party inside my head. All right. Candy or cake, don't need to worry if I'll be fashionably late. Don't worry if what I'm wearing might be a mistake. I don't even gotta be there at all. It's just a party inside my head, a little party. Inside my head, I don't need no beer, no cigarettes. I don't need to end up with you in my bed. I don't need to invite any friends at all. It's just a party inside my head. Go, cat, go! There's a party inside my head. A little party inside my head. For some reason I always have to tune up after that song. So anyway, I only wrote one new song in the last week, so I'll do that. But this is an older one. What's going on these days? Okay, we're back. How about this whole drug war thing? Anyone have any thoughts on that? Okay. This is called, oh yeah, big introduction for this song. Were you guys here a few weeks ago? Great. So you know the words. I'm so excited. This is the one you get to sing. Why don't we sing again? Everything's gonna be so happy. Okay. Here are the way the words go. There are 3 alternating lines. The first is I like her. Remember that one?
I like her.
Is that? The second one is I still like her.
I still like her.
The third is a little harder. But she's crazy about me.
But she's crazy about me.
Right, and the little kind of bout with the little, apostrophe B, or, you don't have, if you want to picture it, some people have sort of right, left side brain sort of things, so they have to, okay, so I like her, I still like her, but she's crazy about me. It all become painfully clear as we move through the song for those of you who weren't here before. Some people say she's a dreamer, but I know she just likes to sleep. Tells me that I stepped on her femur. Okay, that verse over. She tells me that I stepped on her femur. Her biology is kind of weak. They say she could keep herself cleaner, but she smells okay to me. You gotta do more than open your eyes to see just what she does to me. Here it comes, and I'm talking about my baby. I like her, people say about her, don't even faze me. I still like her, they tell me that she's awful crazy, but she's crazy about me. And that's the way that crazy should be. You don't mind if I stop the song right now?
I like that.
Alright. guitar, sort of. Okay, that was the first verse. Now we're in the chorus. Now we're going to move to the second verse, and I'll just sort of give you the big picture here. We'll do a second verse, and a chorus after that, maybe a little guitar kind of thing, and then another. So we'll go. And if we can remember the verses, everything will just go fine. People say, don't bring her with you when you're coming around our neighborhood. I know that deep down inside they really like her. She's just a little misunderstood. People seem to laugh whenever we walk by, but it doesn't embarrass me. You gotta do more than open your eyes to see just what she does to me. Here it comes, and I'm talking about my baby. I like what people say about her, don't even faze me. I still like her. They tell me that she's all crazy, but she's crazy about me. And that's the way that